What's up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Sideline, the Baseline with your guy MB and
And
Klew. We love you, hey man. We missed him. We all love him. We missed him, kinda, cause he was still hitting us up through the chat line, baby. He was still running the show from the chat line. I had to shout him out. I had to interrupt my brother about 3 or 4 times. Look, man, my boy on. So let me read his comment. Because I think Lakeisha was a little slow sometimes, like get to it. I say he done made 3. Now I got to read 3. I go from 1 to 3.
Hey man, I was trying to get in one fit in. You know I love that Pac Jam, man. That Pac Jam, that's little Chris Tucker Jr., man. And he just had me laughing, man. But I had to jump in it, man, because he was saying some things. It's like double dutch, man. I was like waiting to jump in, man. So it was great, man. But I just wanted to watch the show from a fan's perspective, man. And you guys, man, you guys are outstanding. Y'all had me laughing and stuff like that. It was so funny. And like I told you afterwards, like Lakeisha is just so professional doing her thing, and then you and your brother just working well together. And then we got AKA Kevin Lewis, AKA Magic Johnson, the point guard of this thing, man. So man, you did a great job. No look bad.
So I was one of them football players that really thought he could hoop. Let me throw that out there. First of all, I did have one basketball scholarship offer. It was like to a D2 though. So right. I just want to throw that out there. I did have one.
You know what? I can't call. I got to take back the Magic. Maybe Muggsy Bogues because your height. We kind of limited on that.
What you talking about? Muggsy
or maybe Sloan well. Because I think you can dunk, right? Can't you dunk, Klew?
Man, listen. So I'm gonna let my classmates get on again and tell you about me dunking. I ain't gonna be that guy, but I could dunk. I'll just say I could dunk.
You could dunk, huh? Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Classmates jump on again, they'll tell you how well I dunked.
Okay.
But yeah, dunking was really easy, MB. I'll throw this out there. I put this out there. My vert was 40 and a half inch.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Dunking wasn't
good Lord, you jumped a lot of fences.
MB. Where you get this Muggsy from? I'm an inch shorter than you. Well, you can't
come on, man. Cool, man. You ain't no man. You a little shorty, man.
Since when, MB? Oh my goodness! I think you know me now.
I'm 6'2",
and I'm 6'1".
I'm 6'2".
Okay,
man, you ain't no 6'1", man. You know how y'all do it at Duke.
MB, pull up anything. Pull up the Giant stuff. Pull up the Duke stuff. Like it all say the same thing. I didn't write it.
Well, you know what? Maybe because you so muscular up top, make you look short, man. Maybe that's what.
Right. Now I'll tell you what, too. I listen. If I could write something, I'd always wrote I was 240. That's what I wrote. Instead of the 219, 221, 225. Right. That's what I would have wrote. 240.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I was the same way in high school. I was I was 6'3", 220 pounds in high school. I got the UM. I was 6'2", 205. No, 202.
Yeah.
Hey, no, in high school, we always been, man. My coach, man, Bobby McCray, that's my dude, man. Hey, he would promote me like Don King, man. You know, he had me like Paul Bunyan, man. He had everybody, man. They were checking my stats. They were counting my tackles, you know. They were hating on me, Klew. But hey, man, they were hating on me. Well, my man Pac Jam with a question. What Pac Jam talking about?
That's why I ain't even recognized him yet. He done started off already. I was enjoying our little back and forth, and I was gonna leave him out first because he gonna already start taking over. We can't even get a word in yet. I'm surprised my brother ain't getting there. Hey, look, I'm surprised he ain't get in there and protect me by saying when you told me I couldn't dunk, and I'm Spud Webb and all this. The only thing me and Spud Webb got in common is probably our verticals. That's it. We can jump.
And that Spud Webb work was crazy, man. So
Yeah.
my man Pac Jam talking about what he got for us, man. He's starting trouble already. He like me. He addicted to the show. Pac Jam, just call. Come on in, man. We're gonna send you a link. Just come on. Come on, log in.
Do you think an NBA player who didn't participate in the bubble get a ring? Absolutely. Absolutely, you get a ring. Why not, MB? Why wouldn't you get a ring?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I can look at it from one standpoint, say, hey, man, you opted out, so you ain't part of it. But to me, you got to I look at it a little different. I look at it like, man, injuries, you're still part of the team. We still family. You know, you got to respect each other's opinions. So the dude opting out because of health concern, man, it's still love, baby. Hey, LOB, love your brothers, man. Love your brothers, baby. Come on, Pac Jam. Love your brothers, baby.
And watch this.
Hey, Pac Jam, like, hey, hold on. Pac Jam, he acting like Nino Brown, man. See, come on, man. Come on, Pac Jam. Show him some love, baby.
He didn't answer this question. He didn't ask this question or consider this. They ain't gonna let him redo that contract. Why don't you let him walk away then? Let him move on. You know, tear up the contract and let him move on next year. If they ain't gonna get a ring. If they still have your rights, then that's what it is. Like, you're a part of the team.
No doubt. You part of the team. It's no different if somebody get hurt, somebody do what, man. Shoot, even everybody in the organization get a ring, you know. Absolutely. And then now you gotta look at it. Oh, say you played the first half before this whole COVID-19 because you opt out and all that a race. Are you like, or what? Are you like, what have you done for me lately? Come on, Slappy. Come on.
Hey, man. Come on, man. Hey, Pac Jam hard on the yard, man. What Lynn got for us? Hello, Lynn. How are you?
That's Mama Lynn. Hey, Mama Lynn, I'm in her. Hey, this is her artwork in the background. Mama Lynn, we're in Columbus, Ohio. That's my mother in love, baby.
Oh, hey, that's wow. Like, if you on the team, you get a ring. Yes, ma'am.
No doubt. No doubt. Come on now, Mama Lynn. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Come on.
I'm gonna tell Dad on her too. That picture just, hey, let y'all know too. She let you know about it now.
Hey, Mama Lynn, hey, she looking sexy. Look at Mama Lynn. Hey, Mama Lynn, hey, she's awesome. That's my girl. She ain't married right now. Hey, get in where you fit. Mama Lynn, good people, man. She's great. I love it.
You trying to sell your mother-in-law, man?
I am. I'm trying to find the right dude now. Hey, listen. You better come correct. We're looking for a Boaz. You got to love God. You got to be a lover and follow Jesus Christ. Hey, you got to love your grandkids. You got to, hey, we like what's that show? Meet the Farkers, right? Hey, we're vetting everybody. You just ain't no easy layup. You got to come through. So, if you're right, dude, hey, come holler at me. All right. Hey, I'm taking all applications.
So you going on the first date? You going on the first date?
No doubt. Hey, it ain't gonna be no first date because we gonna vet through you. You got a whole line of people to just even go on the first date, you know, just to say hi, you know.
Wow, MB. So listen.
I'm like the water boy when it come to Mama Lynn. You better not mess with my mama. You better not mess with her. You better not. All right, what's this? It's all he stepped down. What you got?
He just Mark agreeing with us. Mark say he need a ring.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. And then my man David Coop. What's up, Coop? Coop agreed with Mama Lynn. He trying to do the same thing for his mama. Hey, that's the mama. Hey, mama boys unite, baby. Mama boys unite.
Well, you need to switch your picture to your mama picture so we can show them what you're working with, nah? Your picture out. Change your profile, man. Put her out there, nah? And throw the number and throw the email address or number in the chat too, nah? These boys for real around here.
Right. Hey, now look at Nino Brown, Klew. He don't switched out on you. What's up with Nino Brown? I ain't calling him Pac Jam no more. Look at it. Hold on before we get to Mama Lynn first. Look at Nino Brown. You ain't shoot with me in the gym. What's up with that? He hating on your game, Klew?
No. He was still talking about why the guy wouldn't get a ring.
Oh, okay. I got
yeah. So saying like you ain't out there sweating, you ain't out there.
Oh, I got you. Okay. I thought Nino Brown was switching out on you.
No, now he don't take.
I thought he was switching out on you.
Now. I'm shocked. Now he don't take it easy. Hey, David ain't serious, man. He laughing. So look, man. MB, you had a story right off the top. Trainer for golfer Bryson DeChambeau, saying he done changed it up, man. He done got a little swole.
What? Hey, Klew, that joker, man, I don't know what he was doing in COVID-19. Man, that joker done packed up on 50 pounds. But it's not 50 fat pounds, right? It's 50 pounds of muscle, man. Hey, so I'm laughing because I don't know. Hey, talking about his trainer talking about, well, if somebody else would have did it, I would have questioned him too, but he didn't take no steroids. But I don't know. It sounds very familiar. It sounds like some Balco stuff going on, man. He rubbing some cream. I don't know what's going on with the golf, man, but they said his range, his range don't improve by like 20 yards. He's rated the seventh rate golfer in the world. So, in that golfing, man, any little thing you could do, try to get an edge. And so it reminded me of a conversation when the allegation about Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire, they was talking about playing it down like steroids can't help in baseball. I'm like, child, please, it can if you already got the skill set. And then now you added some more power. So now that little pop out in center field, now that little difference is going to be a home run. And you saw the difference in the number. And so I was thinking the same thing about golf. I'm like, man, golf and steroids, but again, come to find out, I was like, yeah, it can help because you get a wider range, especially if you already got the skill set. It could take your game to the next level, push you over the difference, And so yeah, man, I don't know. There's some question marks about my man, Klew.
Hey. I mean, I don't know if 50 pounds for 20 yards, that don't seem like that equal a lot.
Klew,
that's a lot of weight.
50 pounds in 6 months.
For 20 yards?
6 months.
I'm going to need some more workout. Well, I think whatever he doing.
Yeah, but in golf, it's just that little difference, man. I think it's like 20 or 50 yards difference in his drive or something like that.
I'm thinking weight room. In weight room, when you put on like 5 to 7 pounds, you could get up. That'll increase your jump your 20, 25 pounds. I don't know. Like that's not enough for me.
What's that? Yardage and stuff?
Yeah, I ain't finna put on no 50 pounds for no 20 yards. Somebody got to, that ain't gonna work. That gut.
And then he's trying to gain some more. He's trying to add some more weight. He went from, I think, 190. Huh? Say it again.
They on alert around here. They on alert. You got any questions for me?
Roll call.
I can do a small interview if you like. I can do a 30-second interview for you if you want.
Well, Klew, was that the elementary goal you broke? The elementary rim at the elementary when y'all playing? Is that what he talking about?
So like I said, when we started this conversation and you was doing your little jokes, right? I said, I'm not. Remember what I said? I said, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, you said it.
But hopefully, some of my classmates around here catching on and they heard that foolishness you was talking about. So I ain't going to say that. I'm going to let them do my talking. So if you want to do an interview, they might start rolling in and do it for me.
Roll call, huh? Roll call.
There it is.
I'm sleeping on you, huh, Klew?
Yeah, a lot. MB.
My bad, man. My bad.
Hey, I was one of them guys. Remember, we used to come in there earlier to training camp for that practice, and we over there shooting.
Yeah.
You do that in the quarter.
Yeah.
Killing the boys shooting.
hold on, Klew.
And horse.
Who, if you had, hey, listen, if you had to compare your game to anybody in the NBA, who would your game be like?
Listen, I love for him to be the old one that he was when he was around here winning and talking trash. I didn't really talk trash, but it was more like Draymond, to be honest with you. Kind of
Draymond. Okay.
Yeah, like a little bit of everything, undersized, playing like I still play like 5, 4, 3. I can handle the ball, so I grab it off the rim and take off and go.
Right.
And I can shoot the 3. He can't shoot the 3 no more, so that's why I said, "Oh, Draymond."
Right. Okay.
But I was a real team guy. Like I sold out on defense, so I guarded whoever was the best guy, whether it was 1 through 5. Like I'm about to guard the best guy. So like think about us linebackers side to side. It makes sense, right? To translate it to basketball, like it was easy. And then with us, MB, I'm sorry to say it, but basketball players, y'all soft. I'm just telling you. So I used to deball. Like if you was a scorer, MB, I'm finna push you 2 or 3 times and get a foul. I don't even care. Like, but now you thinking about me pushing you, and you can't even play no more. You're scared of me.
So you like a little bully out there, like Rick Mahorn and what my man Charles Oakley, those dudes, man. You the enforcer, huh?
I used to bully because they soft. I would take the opposing Charles Barkley or Rick Mahorn and Charles Oakley and run him up out of there too, because they basketball players. They don't understand. Like at the end of the day, man, in our mind, we knocking dudes out like night. So if that's not a part of the game, like how can you scare me? What y'all gonna do? Hey, MB, I used to tell them all the time. When y'all do this, they blow the whistle.
Right.
What you gonna be afraid of?
Hey, Klew, like this. Hey, Lou, you blow on them. Hey, you blow on them, they blow on the whistle. Yeah. Hey, look, my man, Pac Jam got a question, man. He got a question. Go back to Pac Jam. All right, Pac Jam. All right here, Nino Brown. All right, so you talking about the Big 12.
He actually Big 12 football season starting August 28th. First of all, we gonna ignore that question and go right to the Pac-12. Because the Pac-12 say we ain't playing unless y'all make some changes. And then MB called it right before the show. The Big 10 said us too.
Right.
So I guess it's exciting to see that one conference thinks they're going to be starting at the end of the month, because I guarantee you, they players come out tomorrow.
And the biggest difference between the Big 10 and the Pac-12, the Pac-12 actually, they threatened saying that we're not going to play. The Big 10, they didn't say, okay, they didn't threaten that they was going to sit out, but they piggyback on the demands and took it a one up. And it was like, look, here's some things that we need in place, and we need this to be satisfied. So they didn't threaten to sit out, but obviously, right, one thing I love about it, letting their voice be heard. They're using their power, and I love it, man. And to me, it's long overdue. It's long overdue because even as an athlete, right, we got, especially a public figure, one thing that's helping us recognize through this is that the power that we have, the influence that we have. And you know what, Klew? Listening to the terminology, listening to the language, right? It say we of the players of the Big 10 or Pac-12, right? You know what? It seemed like you circle back around, and I told you about that Debo move that the NFL players did with Patrick Mahoney, Ezekiel Elliott, how they said we of the NFL, right? How they just Debo'd it, and it was like, no, we the NFL. They spoke for the NFL. You see that same blueprint being duplicated throughout, and it's just a wake-up call. And like my daughter talking about being woke, I love the fact that student athletes are now being woke, especially football players, because that's the bread and butter of a lot of these college programs' budget. And they're speaking up and they're getting stuff done, and I love it. I love it.
Wow. Well, look, we got Bill saying, do you feel it's safer these college kids to play football now? MB and I answered this question way long ago. We're amazed that we're still having this conversation. Like, if we're saying this is an issue that people can lose their lives behind it, that people can, come as close to the brink of death with this, football is never worth it. So yes, we agree with the Ivy Leagues and all the other conferences that decided to push it to the spring. And really, by doing that, they saying let's wait and see. That's all they're doing, because they'll push it to nothing, to non-existent this year if it doesn't change. Yeah, this is crazy, but it's just like the NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. They got TV contracts they need to honor. That's what this is about.
Right. And no doubt, just to piggyback on what you said, including in that list, HBCU, I don't know if you mentioned them. And then Connecticut, I believe, was just announced today that they were canceling their football season, So kudos to them. But just to answer your question, Bill, but no, it's not safe for them. If it's not, I love what this comment that Ohio State athletic director said earlier during the year. And obviously, it seemed to me like he's not sticking to it. But he said, if it's not safe for the fans, then how in the world is safe for the players, And so that's the thing. Even when these players coming united together, we united the Pac-12 and now the Big Ten. It's talking about those issues, It's talking about those concerns, and they're letting their voice being heard. But now, to the commissioner, say the Pac-12 commissioner, I love his response. He said, that we told the players, he voiced some of the concerns, and he said, look, if you're not comfortable playing, hey, you can opt out and I'll protect your scholarship and whatnot. And so put that in writing, right? And put that on some quality paper,
Right.
And but he seemed like, especially like you said, Klew, the people out west, they usually be the trailblazer or they the forerunners. But the stuff that he also mentioned in response, he talked about how even currently right now that they have a program for that. If you, after your eligibility, you still get 4 years of insurance. He talked about some stuff about increasing mental health insurance. He talked about, if you have any eligibility left over, you can come and finish your college degree and stuff like that. So I like the initial stuff he's talking about. So I want to dig a little bit more down that rabbit hole and look at the concerns that the player was talking about.
Hey, we need A.D. Thomas for commissioner, man. She said all this a month ago.
No doubt. The first lady was on it, man. The first lady was on it.
Hey, you just sounded like you read her quotes from a month ago. Listen, let's not be cool.
The first lady taught me well. I'm a first lady disciple now. She taught me well, baby. She taught me well.
Hey, look, this commissioner is responding to his league imploding on him. That's what's going on. These players said, look, we ain't doing none of this. So of course he's saying, yeah, let's talk. Let's get this dialogue going. Let's keep it open. Because these boys are serious. They ain't trying to play, and they mean what they mean business. They are they're feeling like they're not safe. They're feeling like they're unprotected. And then they're taking it a step further. They're feeling like after college is over, MB, we ain't really spending no time on them wanting insurance after college is over. Them guys that we went to school with that tore, had surgery on their shoulder, both knees, ankles, and you like, man, they come out being a cyborg. They got so much metal in their body, and they throw them to the wolves. They no more good. Like you done. You don't have any more insurance. Now, the schools pretty much that we went to, you could always go back there to help with physical therapy and all that. But these guys moved on with their life. So they're not even in the same area or state, to do that.
Yeah, and like I said, you're right on, and it's definitely a concern because playing in NFL, it's the same concern as well. Once you get vested, the NFL will give you 5 years of insurance. Then after that, you can't. You got to get on your own, got to go Cobra insurance. And a lot of times because your current conditioning, sometimes you're uninsurable, sometimes, right, or your premium so high. and then they have a program they try to do HRA plan that you can use that to help pay your premium, but it's all predicated on how many years you played. And so,
think about this though. We talking about college, and these guys are starting their jobs, so they low man on the totem pole. That insurance looking at them and saying, "Yeah, we'll do it for $2,000 a month."
Yeah, exactly. And you ain't got no money to pay that. You trying to get on your feet. But that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be a company man right now in this regards. Based on I read today the article you sent me about the commissioner. I like the stuff he was saying that he said, look, we already got a 4-year insurance plan, post-insurance plan for these guys already. Obviously, right, it's more that could be done, and that's what they're saying, and I understand that. But I think it's a great start from where they're at, and he's willing to have a conversation. And like I said, man, these players need to continue to talk, and they need to really say exactly what they want. They need to get that done because they have the power to get it done.
How long this been going on? This
4-year
post.
You know what? Klew, you know what? He mentioned it, and I need to dig into it. So I don't know when it was implemented, but when he sent a 1,400 word letter to him, email to him, detailing these things and detailing these concerns. And so I was like, wow. And then in addition to that, he was like, look, also, we're fighting to get you guys paid for your image. So it seemed like he's woke to that. And then he dropped this line, usually he dropped this line about, and also including, he threw Black Matters. He said also with Black Lives Matter, we support our kids. So he's saying all the right things. I just got to go back and do the follow-up and see if it's when the rubber meet the road, to see if it's really true, see exactly is it effective. Obviously it's got to be true because he's not going to put his mouth to something not true, but I need to see if it's effective and how it works, because it could look good on paper but not be effective. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I just wonder if with this, are the players requiring Stanford to rescind their canceling those 11 sports and bringing them back, because that was part of their deal as well. So, or are they saying from now on no one else can cut programs? But to answer your question, to piggyback this commissioner, Pac-12 commissioner, a guy by the name of Cassidy Woods, a player for Washington State, when he told his coach he was opting out. Yeah, he told his coach, "Hey man, I'm opting out." Coach like, cool. He said, "I'm also part of this We Are United group with the Pac-12." He say, well, that gonna mean we don't know about what your future, your scholarship and your playing time here is gonna be. And so Cassidy, like these young boys do, baby. Listen, first of all, you got a Tekashi group going on now. Tekashi is live around here. Now they snitching. First of all, know that anything you say can and will be used against you. Because these boys got all on the rights, baby. It'll be they recording while they talking. So the boy shot it out yesterday after they had the conversation. So here go the coach. He back. He say, Rolovic said, I spoke with Cassidy in private phone conversation last Saturday afternoon. This was before the We Are United group had released this letter of concerns. He said, he said those joining the group will continue to be welcome to all team related activities. That ain't what you said before, player.
Exactly. No, hey, look, Tricky Nicky, man. Tricky Nicky, man. He trying to pull a 3-card Marley, man. Man, based on the article, man, say his name was removed from all team activity. I mean, all I guess like social different stuff like group stuff and all that stuff. And then he said his lot was changed or whatever he said.
LB,
but Tricky,
you were raised on the record book. You was never here, buddy. Never.
Right. I mean, the man said he was moved from the group. He was due for this. He couldn't do this. Now, come on. Then Tricky Nicky tried. I'm calling him Tricky Nicky, by the way, the coach, man.
Okay.
Tricky Nicky. Right. Tricky Nicky. Then he tried to backpedal and say, oh no, like you just said, they're all part of the team activity.
Yeah.
No, that's not what my man said happened.
No, bro.
Then Tricky.
Listen.
Yeah, Tricky Nicky, he trying to be tricky. Then he tried to say this, Klew. He said, well, those comments or whatever it's been taken out of context.
That's right.
And this was before that the players came out or before this. I'm like, what difference does it make if it's a player? You got it hot off the press before they even send that email because you got a player on your team that's part of the group. And he's letting you know ahead of time what's the dealio, and you had a chance to respond, and you responded because it's publicly, now you trying to backtrack. Come on, Tricky Nicky. Come on, man.
And MB, this is
the conversation. Hey, they about to send you back to Hawaii, you Tricky Nicky. We about to say what do you call how you say goodbye in Hawaiian? Aloha. We about to say goodbye, Tricky Nicky.
Oh my goodness, man. So Adam say how that was ever agreed to is insane after 5 forced to Cobra. Yeah, so he talking about the NFL. Look, man, we'll take anything.
No doubt.
We'll take anything. I think we done proved that to you, Adam, over the years.
Yeah, exactly. We need whoever's doing the NBA stuff, they need to go do the NFL stuff.
Yeah.
They need to get hired right now.
In all aspects of the you changed.
Oh, go ahead. I clicked off.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you got it.
In all aspect of the year.
Hey, Lisa, that's my sister-in-law right there, Klew.
Is she in Columbus too?
She in Columbus too.
Well, her picture.
That's my girl.
Hey, mud-in-law around here putting her picture on. Lisa, let her see your picture.
No, Lisa married, so you see her husband on her with her. She married.
Hey, so he need to put his picture on there.
They right there. It's a booking thing. It's a little booking thing.
I can't really. Yeah, I see it now.
It's a booking thing. My man, Book. How you doing, Book? Hey, Lise.
In all aspects of the year 2020, everything should be canceled or postponed. Life as we are used to has been thrown a curve. Press the pause button. Lisa, you on point every time. We need to get you here. And you see Mama say you're right, Lisa. There she go again. There go here. Hey, Adam say bringing the attorneys to the practice field. Let's go, man. Let's go. Hey, listen, these youngins ain't playing now. These youngins will have them and they whole social media crew behind them at practice. Listen,
no doubt.
This ain't the crew y'all want to mess with. Trust that.
Yeah, no doubt. So I love it, man. I love it. Those guys, listen, man. I love the fact it's kind of going back. Well, I wasn't born in that era, but you heard about it and you read about it as far as the 60s and stuff, where you had guys, the Bill Russells, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Jim Brown, the Muhammad Ali's, where they joined forces and used their power, their influence to make a difference, to be a difference maker, and I know we talked about it before because I think early in the season somebody was calling out the NFL. And then sure enough, maybe a day or two later, man, those guys united and they let their voice be heard. And then NBA,
Pac Jam.
That was Pac Jam.
He was calling us out. He was calling
name.
out.
Come on, Pac. Come on, Nino Brown.
Hey, I'm
calling Nino Brown. That's funny, brother. CMB, baby. Hey, and then they stood up, and then like the NBA, man, they have always led that charge, and even the bigger stars like LeBron, when it talked about when they were at the Heat, and him, and when Trayvon Martin and they always had a voice for injustice and doing everything. Obviously with Cap and the things he started and got this thing going. So I just love it that student athletes are not being just labeled and sticking to the sideline or baseline, but they're going into the community making a difference,
Hey, man, Lisa shouting out her OSU crew. And yeah, the whole Columbus gonna shut down this year. That's why y'all up there. Ain't no traffic, is it? It's football season. Gonna be a ghost town all year. I think I'm gonna take me a trip to Columbus.
Come on, man.
Ain't nothing else gonna be going on.
Hey, it's a family reunion, baby. It's a family reunion, man. Oh man. Hey, Klew, I know. Hey, what's up with the Lakers, man? What your team, bro? I think. What do you think that you still believe in the Lakers? We trust. You think y'all can win it all this year, man?
MB, you be a day late and a dollar short. You know, because we done already sold up and clinched and won.
I saw that. That's why I'm bringing it up. Hey, Klew, I'm trying to throw you a layup, man.
Okay. See, you was hating though through the chat the other day. On Sunday, you was hating through the chat. So I thought you was coming with more hate, is what I was thinking.
Nah, I was trying to throw you a layup, man. I was throwing you a layup, man.
Listen, man, it's a foregone conclusion. It was when we sent our whole team over there to the Pelicans for AD. It was a foregone conclusion. And this what y'all need to be aware of. This what really gonna piss everybody off once we win it, MB. Everybody on our team on 1-year deals, man.
Oh, wow.
So guess what? We got cap space. We're bringing the bird. See, this is so. Let me just go ahead and prepare you for what's about to take place. When Lakers do something, we get back and we try to go on a run. Then we go on back off in the sunset, relax, regroup, get everybody together, come on back. But right now, we setting up for after LeBron. So we finna bring Damian Lillard. You know I like, man, the way Devin Booker playing right now, they 3-0, and it's all because of him. I think we need to ease that. That can be our version of Klay Thompson with some handle. I like that.
Let me ask you this question, Klew, because you brought up a good point. Because right now, it's the Memphis. They're got the lead for that 8th spot, but they just lost one of the young superstars, Jackson. He's out with a meniscus.
Right. Jaren Jackson.
And so now all they need to do is, I guess, win 2 games to secure it, and then they're gonna have like some type of also seed between the 8th and the 9th seed too. So I love what they got in place, but who you think gonna get that final spot? Because you talked about the Trailblazer, and you see your boy. I don't know if you saw, but Carmelo Anthony, right, just hit a game-winning 3-point shot, and then I think you got who else is Trailblazers, then the Grizzlies, then and then the Pelicans, all battling for that 8th spot.
And now
the Phoenix Suns, I think.
Yeah, the Suns, because they done started out 3-0 and now mathematically still in it. Which is
right. So who you think? Who's your prediction?
Listen,
who you
man.
think?
So who I want to be?
Go ahead.
Who I want to be is the Pelicans. I mean, I want to play Zion against
Duke.
Yeah. Well, no. It's not the Duke part. It's I want to play the Pelicans against the Lakers. Just it'll be exciting because we sent our whole team over there. So they hate us. So I want all that hate. Because we need a good little fight so we can step on them, and let them know, look, that's why we sent y'all little boys over here, because you wasn't big enough. So I want them to win it. But I gotta go with this remarkable feat, that the Suns are doing, man. You know better than me, MB. In the league, man, if you just start clicking at the right times, it seems like you can't mess up, you guys. And even when you're down, me and MB was on the same team in 2000. We would be down to the scores and laughing on the sideline, telling them they're terrible and they suck. And we're down 2 scores. That's where the confidence goes to when you start putting together wins. So I cannot go against the Suns right now, man.
Right. Hey, and then that's a good point too. And then we're biased too because Monty Williams, our boy Monty Williams, he was on the show. He's large and in charge, and he's taking it over there. So I like that. But I'm gonna go with you. I like the Pelicans, and I would like to see the Pelicans and the Lakers match up just because all the reasons that you said. And then with Zion Williams, see him step up and go against LeBron and all that stuff. I think that would be an instant classic as well. So I'm good with that. And then, but AD, they don't have an answer for AD. AD's a grown man. Nobody can say. And they played before right early in the season before this whole COVID-19, and you saw what AD did on. I mean, and they was feeding them. So there's no, but it's still good for TV when you talk about ones versus 8 matchups. That to me, that's the best matchup. That's what everybody wanted to see. Hey, but Klew, my Uncle Billy, man, he back on your Lakers. He said they didn't look good against Toronto. And when you talk about the Phoenix Suns, like I told you earlier, like Toronto is they may not have all the collectively the best players, but right now, when you talk about that momentum from last year, even though you deducted Kawhi Leonard and Denny Green, they got that thing rolling, man. They're playing really good team ball right now, bro.
MB, let's not forget, you asked me who my sleeper was in the East. Who did I say? I said Toronto. I said people kept sleeping on them, but I'm like, look, they're number 2 in the East.
Right.
Guess what they were last year with Kawhi? Number 2 in the East.
Right.
So, I mean, they didn't fall. They didn't suffer. They're the same team. So yes, we struggled against them. We couldn't hit nothing. We shot our percentage of the season.
That's the same, but I love what you're saying because they are a poster child for what you're talking about when you get things going right and roll, and just the intoxication from last year's championship, right, and having a taste of that, and then really with Kawhi leaving, right. Then now everybody's sleeping on them. But those guys, I'm not surprised how well they're gelling because that team, they still got a lot of same familiar players and they playing each other. And a lot of times when you take this season and you form as a team, whoever can quickly become a team and play well, you see the success. And for them, they got a head start, a jump start, because they got a lot of players from last year's championship teams who knows how to win, who's been there and done that. And it's hard to take somebody somewhere where you've never been before, and they've been there, done that before. Even with, like you said, with Kawhi Leonard, they're still in the same position. So I agree, they're definitely a team of sleeper. And I'll say this lastly, it reminded me of the Miami Heat versus Dallas Mavericks with Dirk when they beat my Heat, right? But the Heat had more talent, but Dallas was a better team. They played better together. And you got to factor in that.
I couldn't have said that better. So Uncle Billy, man, we gonna be all right.
Again, here Uncle Billy throwing a shot too. I think. Look, he said he's a LeBron fan.
Go ahead.
Huh? No. I was saying Uncle Billy. He said I'm a LeBron fan, but the Lakers are still gonna have to deal with the Clippers. What's your thought on that, Klew?
We already did. We beat them already. That was the first game. What you was watching, man? We beat them already. Like on the restart, when we started the regular season, which was last week, the first game prime time was the Lakers and the Clippers. You must have slept through that game. Because we won that one. So the question is, what do the Clippers have not for us, but the Phoenix Suns? Because Money just beat them last night. Money Williams beat them boys yesterday. So what do the Clippers have for the Suns? That's what they need to be concerned about. The Clippers, though, on everything. And
let me
go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna jump in on that, and I'm gonna stay in the same vein where you talking about gelling, right? And right now, the Clippers' issues right now is that they're missing a lot of their players, and they haven't had the time to gel. So it's important for them because right now you have my man Lou Williams who had to go get that comfort food from Magic City, right? Who had a 10-day quarantine. Then you got other guys, like you got some guys the same with Lou, and I don't want to make light of that. He lost his granddad. Then you have another guy named Monty Harrell. I think he lost somebody, a close one in his family.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell was the one.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell. He lost somebody, and then you had Patrick Beverly that was out. So right now they're missing a lot of key components, and even before this COVID-19, they was dealing with the same thing because you had Paul George being hurt at one time. You had Kawhi Leonard doing his limited time. So they may be behind with the shortened season because they haven't had all their guys together to jail, you know? So I don't know. If they do get time and they do play well, because just found a couple games ago, they broke a record, or not broke a record. They shot like 25 3-pointers or something like that, which was ridiculous. They have the firepower to compete with the Lakers.
Paul George had 2 unbelievable games. The first game against us, but we still beat them. And then he played the next night and went bonkers again. So Paul George was lights out. You were right. They've been in and out all season. But see, this is where, y'all don't want to call a spade, man. All these Kawhi Leonard, better than LeBron guys, and LeBron need to pass the torch to Kawhi, and Kawhi this, Kawhi that. Man, Kawhi in his 9th, 10th year in the league, and taking 3 games off every other week. Like, man, that don't spell like longevity, superstar, best in the league. That spells I'm saving it for what y'all say count in these playoffs. And now, guess what? We knocking on the door, showtime. Let's see what your boy Kawhi do. Because I can tell you, LeBron and AD gonna be strapped up, ready to go, baby. And we want the Clippers. But here y'all go, man. Depending on how this thing ends up, man, I can tell you this. Them Clippers, they sure don't want them Rockets on their side when that thing shake off and the playoffs doing stuff. They don't want Damian Lillard on their side when that thing shake off. So they better be worried, man, and try to pull themselves together. And I'm going to tell y'all my sleeper team on the West. Again,
who's that, Caleb? Who?
Them Nuggets, man.
Them Nuggets. Okay.
Nuggets. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, me and my brother we have our pregame every year before the season. Preseason, we talk about it. We try to talk about it and see what our guys going to do. And I say, man, I don't know why these people keep ignoring these Nuggets, man. They keep stockpiling talent. And now Bol.
Ooh, I like him.
Real quick.
I like him. Yeah.
And,
I like him.
And Michael
Porter Jr. Yeah.
That boy lights out. That's a young listen, let me be the first to say it and throw it out there. That's a young KD right there. Y'all watch. That's a young KD.
You heard it from Klew, baby. Klew.
MB, you know he's 6'10".
Yeah.
He's 6'10" and like 20. I'm telling you, man. Listen, he sat out all last year because he had that knee in college. And so last year they just shut him down, but he was ready to go by playoff time. They just said, no, we're going to shut him down. So this is his rookie year, man. And they've been doing the Zion Williamson to him all year. He just really got cut free to do his thing. And he's lights out, man. You watch that guy, he's a KD waiting to happen, but he already shooting it like Clay. Right now, he playing like Clay, running off of screens, letting it ride, except for he's so big at that 6'10", he can get in the lane and finish over anybody because he's the same height as everybody.
Yeah.
So I love Denver.
Right. I love him too in that regards. You're right, especially with these circumstances, because they didn't lose a lot of players from last year at all. They, matter of fact, added in some guys through the draft, like you just mentioned. And then that Michael Porter, like you mentioned, he was out with his back and his knee, had to deal with some injuries and stuff. Now he's starting to come on his own, and man, they added some guys and kept their core in place. And then the center they got is unbelievable. He's a great big man, and they got some scores.
Jokic. Yeah,
exactly. So I love, you're right. I love their team, and they're going to be a matchup problem for a lot of people. And like I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. They're definitely a team that a sleeper, a dark horse in that race.
Listen, hey, I'm looking at them, MB. I'm gonna just throw this out there. You go back to Listen, I'm just not talking about them in this playoffs. I'm talking about that's the team I'm scared of as a Laker fan moving forward. Like, I'm talking about moving forward, MB. I ain't even talking.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because you know what, Klew, you're right, because the way they're structured,
Yep.
I think they pretty much build through the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So they're built to last. They're built for the future. They're not like you just mentioned about the Lakers. Well, after this year, man, is like they got to start over. They're gonna have cap space, but now they got to start over. You know, they got to hold their breath to make sure LeBron, or hold their breath, make sure
AD. Because
you know,
we got to get him the Supermax.
Yeah, exactly. So then they got to build around those guys every year. While Denver really don't have those type of issues. You know,
they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. And like I say, they build through the draft. They signed some free agents. You know, they got some little parts here and there they can take a chance on. Because what's from a little man, Isaiah Thomas? Is he still part of that team? I think they signed him. You know, so
I don't even know him, B.
Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I like what you're saying. You're right. But my man Uncle Billy talking about what about those Bucks? I think the Bucks, you know, they got some guys, but I don't know if they got enough to get over the edge, because they lost a guy. I forgot my man's name. He stepped up through the playoff really well, and he ended up signing with the Pacers, a really good player. And then they count on the guy from Villanova to step up and fill that spot, but he's been inconsistent. So, I mean, obviously, man, they got the Greek the Freak, who's arguably one of the top 3 players in the league, reigning MVP. So anytime you got him, especially in the East right now, when you think from an athletic standpoint, obviously they're head and shoulders above a lot of people, because the 76ers still ain't got it right. So I think for me in the East, you're going to see the Bucks and the Toronto Raptors. I think those are 2 teams. And then the dark horse for that would be the Boston Celtics, because Jason Taylor, another Duke guy, he's starting to step up and take his game to the next level. So, but the Bucks to me is not a surefire in the conference final. I mean, in the NBA finals, even though they're number 1 seed. What's your thoughts, Klew?
Hey, so you know, talk about the Bucks, man, and you know, I think I wrote a quote that you guys will see at some point when it rolls through our timeline. But I said, toughness is what you use when being smart and being prepared ain't enough.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And when I look at the Bucks, man, at the end of the day, I think it's gonna go to toughness. And I'm not quite sure.
Right.
I'm not quite sure that they tough enough.
Yeah. Jimmy, hey, thanks for helping me out. That's the guy, that Malcolm. That guy right there, man. To me, they didn't replace him. This guy was valuable. Yeah. They didn't replace him.
35-year-old, and he was, you know him. You know, obviously we both ACC guys. You know him, a basketball head with the ACC. That was the 35-year-old out of UVA.
Yeah. He brought. Hey, but when you talk about that toughness, he brought that toughness. He brought that grit to him. You know, that dude there was a dog, man. I like him. You know, but to me, I don't think. Huh?
That's
you said what now?
Who snuck and dunked on LeBron that time, MB? That's the guy.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, you can pull it up. Got him.
Yeah. I like that dude. I like that guy, man.
Man, we done gave y'all a ton of extra around here in these streets.
I know.
Man.
Having fun, man.
We started feeling too good around here. We so appreciate y'all, man. You gotta tune in Friday. We got a special show. Hey man, the ninja from the middle, man. That mid-range assassin.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, he was the shot that I used to look at, man, and try to mimic. I could never get the elbow in, though, MB. My elbow was always out. I needed it in. Yeah. Mr. Allen Houston.
Allen Houston, baby, coming on, man. Back-to-back New York Knicks. We had Charlie Ward last Friday. And then,
back.
Those guys, man, they still teammates on and off the court, man. So we can't do Mr. Charlie Jr. without doing Allen. And so, my man, Allen Wade Houston, man, wow, powerful story, man, outstanding dude. Not just, man, to me, like, and I told you, Klew, it's just like Charlie, man. These guys are all stars, are all pros, or whatever you want to call it, on and off the court, man. Just what they're doing, and not just impact. I mean, they continue to impact. They keep it rolling, man. And Allen Houston's story, man, wow.
I meant to tell you, every time you were saying that on the last show, and you said, Mr. Charlie, Miss Lynn, man, jump back on here, mother-in-law, and Uncle Billy will respect this. I always thought about, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man, and he's doing the best he can. Every time you said that, it'll be during that show. That song started playing it. So that tell you, I told you I hung around old people my whole life. And that's gonna prove it to you right there, LB.
Hey, Klew, you so silly. Hey, Mr. Charlie, my neighborhood, he was the numbers man. He's the dude. Hey, go see Mr. Charlie and put me $5 on number 35.
That ain't no numbers, man. That's Bolita, homeboy.
No, I'm telling you. I'm saying I understand the song. I'm talking about my neighborhood.
I
Mr.
hear
Charlie
you.
was the number man.
And that's what we called it around here. That Bolita, baby. You had the lottery and you had Bolita.
Oh, that's what y'all call it. Oh,
Bolita, baby.
I got you.
Hey, you hear? Hey, you see? I don't know what I'm talking about. It'll be my whole life. That's all around, man. I don't know these young people stuff.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
Man, hey, listen, ballers, we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all coming in and stopping to holler at us, man. It's always a pleasure. Definitely share, man. Subscribe. We on YouTube too, y'all who like to look at it better over there. So definitely subscribe there as well. We on Instagram for you youngins. So when you want your child to find us and check us out, because we giving information that you guys definitely want to pass to them. Tell them, listen, you ain't got to join Facebook. They on Instagram. So just find us on Instagram as well. Me and LB still trying to get our mind right on Instagram as well. So don't feel too bad. We ain't too far ahead of y'all, but we trying to. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. MB, you got anything?
Look at my man Coop. He said my grandma had me pulling numbers too. Thought that was on the South Carolina thing. No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'll say this, man. Hey, you look back at it, man. It had to be witchcraft, man. You had a dream. Man, you had a dream book, get the numbers right, and then now you go play the numbers. Put $7 on this. I mean, give me $10 on number 7, all this stuff.
Hey, look.
I don't know what that wasn't a South Carolina thing. I mean, my people are geeky.
That was everywhere.
Huh?
That was everywhere.
That was everywhere down. That was
right.
Did y'all play numbers, Shell in Columbus? Y'all had a number, man.
No,
had to be a down south thing, man.
You know, I see on different documentaries that I watch. It was up north, rampant in New York, especially. Like, that was a big business. You know, the mob handled it.
Oh, yeah.
Gangs handled it in New York. Yeah, so it was big there. But down south, it wasn't no violence associated with it. It was like regular people that was doing it. It wasn't all like that. And somehow everybody got paid.
Right.
Hey, I always knew when grandma hit it too, baby. We balled out that week. We got it in. She told me to go to the store with these $2 and get what you want.
Hey, and keep the change, huh? Hey, or Klew, that week, man, we had some cube steak, baby.
Yeah. Boy, what you know about that cube steak?
Boy, hey,
nothing than great.
Hey, Florida City, Ninth Avenue Market, baby. My uncle had a grocery store down in Florida City, Ninth Avenue Market, man. They come get that cube steak, boy. That first of the month.
I hated cube steak. I used to try to figure out what is holding this together. Is this plastic in the middle of this meat? What is that? Now I know what I'm talking about because you got to figure it out too. What was holding that meat together, man?
Right.
That wasn't real.
That was the black man of poor neighborhood example of a T-bone, man. That's the closest thing we had to a T-bone or a sirloin steak, man. You know,
right?
That was the best we had at the time.
Man, let us get off of here. Unc gonna have us on here all night. He's talking about New York and Philly. So he was running. Hey, he was running to play in both cities, man. He was driving from Columbus to meet somebody halfway to play his money.
Hey, because
he knows too much.
Yeah, we got family in Philly, man. So that's what it is. He
know too much around here, man.
hey, he made that call. Hey, put me $20 on number 50 for me.
Hey, MB, when I would have hit for him, I sure would have said, "Man, you lost again." Hey, we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. This has been unreal. It's a pleasure for us every single time we come and holler at y'all, man, because y'all good people. I tell you that much. Y'all are good people. So we love y'all. We're going to holler at y'all. Tune in Friday, 6 p.m. to watch. See that elbow keep going out, MB. I can't help it. It won't do it. That mid-range assassin, man, Allen Houston, man. I'm sorry I ain't do you justice, Allen. I'm sorry.
We gotta have a shooting coach on there. We'll get him to work with you, Klew. You still hold, baby.
Hey, I don't think I got that much money and he got that much time. How about that? I'm gonna end that one for you right now on this show. That way, MB, we don't even take that to the next show. Leave it right here.
We ain't even wasting this time, huh? We ain't wasting nobody's time.
I done cut that for you already, so you keep that between me and you, and hopefully he don't even see this show and try to talk about it. Okay.
Hey man, look, Klew, tell the wife and the kids we say hi, man.
Okay, you do the same, man. We'll holler at y'all ballers. Check us out Friday 6 p.m. and we are gone.